Action Comics number 20, written by Andy Diggle and Tony S. Daniel, art by Tony S. Daniel. So last issue, Lex injected Superman with some nanobot something or another to mess with his DNA, and he activated it and made Superman's right hand totally creepy alien looking. So this issue picks up with, oh, and it's also set a year ago. I think the whole story has been set a year ago, which I don't get why. But regardless, Lex is fighting like his karate trainer or something like that. And the guy's like, Lex, you may be super smart, but you'll never know anything until you know yourself. And then Lex just like kicks him in the groin and was like, oh, that'll teach you not to close your eyes. I guess we both learned something today. So then Lex's robot assistant comes in and says, excuse me, Mr. Luthor, we activated that virus thing. Superman's health signs went totally flat, and we think he's dead. And Lex is like, oh, well, that sucks. I kind of wanted to beat him up a little bit, but hey, whatever, bring me his body, and then I'll show them what Superman really is. And then we see Superman waking up, and he is in the center of the earth with Dr. Shea Veritas, and she's like, hey, I teleported you here as soon as your like infection thing was going on, so just so it couldn't get to other people. It's taken care of. Your super immune system knocked it out, but you may be feeling really weak because it took a toll on you. And Superman's looking down and he's like, oh, I mean, I guess I'm okay, but you're right, I do feel weak. But like I could feel when my hand changed, like it had a mind of its own. And she's like, yeah, no, that's like, we can talk about that later. Anyway, you need to get dressed. And he's like, what? How'd you undress me? And she's like, I mean, I got my ways. So they go down into the lab, and sure enough, the hand is still there. It's being contained and is being investigated. And Superman's like, you need to get all of those scientists out of there now, because that is too dangerous. And they're like, yeah, don't worry. It's not even like doing anything. As far as we can tell, it's like dead. But it does have somewhat of your cells and like your DNA in it. So it's pretty super invulnerable. I could really use you to help figure out what's going on. And he's like, yeah, all right, I'll take a closer look. And they talk it through, and it's like, maybe it was like a virus from my home planet that like I've always had in me, and it just sprung up now. Like, what's going on? So at that point, he looks at it with his X-ray vision, or his microscopic vision. He's like, oh yeah, it's Kryptonian DNA, but its own thing as well. It's a hybrid. And as soon as he says that, all of a sudden, it jumps off the table, grabs him by the neck, and starts growing rapidly. And it gets like a mouth and a bunch of other stuff as well. Veritas has a shield on, so she's not going to be affected by it. But Superman starts fighting against it with like heat vision, and Veritas is like, no, don't do that. And he's like, what? Why? He's like, I think it's feeding off your energy. Like, you're making it stronger, and it is deriving off of you. And so it manages to jump back up after Superman punches it away, and it's got like it's got a head up on him. Like, it is stronger than him and faster than him. And he's like, oh geez, I could, and you got any opinions on how to handle this, Dr. Veritas? I'd love to hear it. And she's like, okay, well, I'm going to need you to trust me. And he's like, fine, whatever, do it. And she teleports Superman and the hybrid away into a red sun radiation room. And so Superman starts getting depowered, but she logics out, well, it's got your DNA, so it's probably going to get depowered too. And it does. It starts getting weaker. And as it starts like changing and like shrinking slightly, it takes the form of like a gross plant zombie Superman. And he tells Veritas, all right, kill the lights so I can take this thing out. And she's like, I don't think it's a good idea. And he's like, oh no, trust me. So she kills the red sun. He uses his super breath to freeze it and then just shatters it into a million pieces. And he's done. He manages to take it out. So at that point, Superman talks to Veritas and was just like, yeah, okay, here's the thing. That thing looked like it was trying to imitate me. And like a few weeks ago during the part where, not a few weeks ago, yesterday, Jimmy Olsen it was a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago, Jimmy Olsen, I saw him in the battle mech. I'm seeing things, Doc. What does it mean? And she's like, you are not okay. That's what it means. You are like, you're still sick. Your body temperature is twice what it should be. You're sweating profusely and you're still weak. You need to sit down, Superman. You need to figure out what's going on. And of course, right then, there's news on the TV that Metropolis is being overrun by these creatures that have seemingly taken over the bodies of normal human beings. So we cut back to Lex and his robot, and the robot's like, I'm thinking this might not be a good idea, Mr. Luthor. And Lex is like, what? I'm sorry, do I pay you to think? Did I make you to think? Don't you think at me. And we see all of these helicopters flying in, basically trying to contain the situation because Superman's not around. And we see these zombies about to attack news crews and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden Superman shows up and they all get distracted. Every single one of them is drawn towards Superman. And he's still feeling pretty sick, but he hits the ground hard enough to send them into a underground infrastructure. He seals the rift with his heat vision, and he's like, all right, at least that'll stop it from spreading to anybody else. And then all of a sudden the ground opens up. They've all like combined into one super being or something like that. And the robot's like, geez, Mr. Luthor, what are you going to do about this if Superman's not going to be able to do it? And Lex is already in a giant mech suit, and he's like, well, just sit back and watch as Lex Luthor saves Metropolis from the alien menace known as Superman. I like this more than last issue. I'll give it that much. Last issue just felt like it was too much being thrown all at once. We had like these giant robots, and then there was this extra stuff going on. This one felt more focused. This one felt like, okay, we have this virus thing that Lex started. It may have grown out of control, but it still seems like it's within his plan. It has something to do with like taking the form of other people. I'm liking the progression this is taking. My only issue with it is that it still feels like it's kind of just sprinting through it. I think that this issue probably could have extended the entire Shea Veritas stuff and made the cliffhanger Metropolis is under siege. But it feels like they really are moving as quickly as humanly possible. And maybe I'm just more of a fan of decompression than these writers actually are. But I think that they could have just taken a bit more time to explore these things, explain these things, give us more of a fight scene, a more interesting, nuanced look into it than maybe it's a superbug. I wanted a little bit slower down. I wanted to just feel this a bit more. So overall, though, did enjoy it. I'll give it a flat 7. Its art is really strong, but it's still just a little bit less than what I'm looking for out of Superman. And what I think it is that they're purposely making Superman look weak because he's sick. And it works, but it's making it look like the art is failing on that front because Superman doesn't like embody Superman, you know? So yeah, I'll give it a flat 7, and I am enjoying it. I want to see where it's going to go from here.